So, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Wellness Group Topics Positivity Podcast. We're doing things a little bit differently this year. We are going to be doing a video podcast, and that's the big step up for 2024. And I am going to be doing these primarily myself. I'll also be kicking it with a few people throughout the year as well. We got guests on deck. So today, what we want to start off this new year with is I think a lot of people have a bigger issue with resolutions and things of that nature. You feel like you need to change things in your life, um, but you're not doing it for so much the right reasons, is normally what I see. And then you find yourself struggling and you find yourself failing at those things. And then one thing leads to another and it just becomes a really big mess. So, what I want to talk about today is when you slip up and you make those mistakes, don't be so hard on yourself. Um, there's a lot of different reasons why being hard on yourself can be uh, can be a bad situation. It can cause you to quit uh, your resolution or whatever it is that you decide to do. Being hard on yourself is basically not showing yourself any compassion or kindness. Um, your mistakes, your shortcomings, and your imperfections. Instead of being overly critical or judgmental, you want to focus on just being a little bit better. One of the biggest things I hear is, I can't do this, or I'm terrible at doing that. Um, you know, a lot of people don't realize is the fact that you're doing something is a big thing. Um, one of my one of my favorite movies is Zoolander, and one of the quotes that Hansel makes in Zoolander is he talks about how he loves Sting, and Sting is probably his favorite singer. And he says, he's like, now, do I listen to his music, any of his music? And he goes, no, but I appreciate the fact that he's doing it, and I love that he's making his music. And it's like, it's weird, but the thing is, you know, he may not be a fan, but you know, his music is doing something for somebody. He's doing it, and that's important. The fact that you're doing it. So one of the biggest things is always remember that you're doing something, no matter what it is. And if you fail at it or if you slip up at it, um, it doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. It doesn't mean that you're the wrong person for whatever's being done. It just means that you slipped up, you made a mistake, or whatever happened. And now it's up to you to take that mistake, make it a lesson learned, and then act on the learned lesson. Why is it important for you to um, not be so hard on yourself? Well, it's essential to your mental well-being. Being overly harsh on yourself can lead to an increase of stress and anxiety, and it can even impact your self-esteem negatively. You don't want to be doing that. So you want to focus on being able to embrace self-compassion, allow resilience, better problem solving, important overall mental health is going to come from just being able to say, hey, I made a mistake. I'm going to take this mistake and I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to move forward. Learning and moving forward from your failure is the best thing to do in any situation when you drop. Um, how am I going to do this? Is probably the next step. You want to practice self awareness to recognize negative self talk. Challenge those thoughts by treating yourself as you would your friend. What type of advice would you offer a friend that was coming to you? Because you don't want to tell a friend, yeah, man, you effed up, you're a failure, you're never going to be successful in anything that you do. I don't have any faith in you. I don't believe in you. So, you know, just going about your day and make that jump, You don't want to say that to your friends. You want to offer them something a little bit better. You want to offer them something that says, yeah, you dropped the ball, bro, but let's pick it up and run with it. Let's see how we do this and see the right ways to go about this. Talk to yourself like you would your friend. One of the things that I did when I had the issue was I would go into the mirror and it would be me in the mirror in the bathroom and I just look and say, yeah, I'm telling you screwed that up. But here's how we do better. What did I get from that? Well, I realized that in screwing that up, this happens. And, how do I fix it? I will do this or that, and then just move forward. And that's how you need to do it. Look at yourself like you're talking to your friend. You're better than this. Yeah, you screwed up, but this ain't you. You know, it was a mistake made. How'd you make the mistake? What'd you do? Oh, I was too lazy beforehand. I wasn't doing the work that needed to be done to get the project done on time. Well, I know now that this is what I have to do. In NLP, they teach you how to work your timeline and then go to the moment. Put yourself in the moment of, say for instance, you're saving money and you say yourself, I want to save $25 a week. Right? You get paid, let's say you get paid weekly. I want to save $25 a week for the next 10 weeks. So look at yourself, think about how you'll feel and put yourself in the shoes of you 10 weeks from now if you miss this day, if you miss today, where you would be. Think about how you would feel when 10 weeks from now and you're thinking, I would have this much money on this day. But instead on December 29th, I, that week's pay, I didn't put that through. I didn't put that $25 in. So now I'm $25 short. Or, in some cases, like with a lot of people, you'll miss one time and then it just starts to change the action of missing. And then you'll find yourself trying to throw $100 or something into the savings account because you've missed a month of saving. How would you feel if you missed those monthly? And then remember that every day when you get your paycheck, think about 10 weeks from now, how am I going to feel if I don't put this $25 in the savings right now? Because it's a lot easier to put $25 in now when you're looking back on it from 10 weeks ahead of time than it is 10 weeks from now when you have to put $200 into the savings. You see? And that's a big way to help you kind of get into the mindset and help you develop. It's a way to utilize NLP to help you develop the feeling that you're going to get when you get it. Because you already know the feeling, because you've done it before. You've done it, you've come to a point where you could have done something better back then. And you wish you could have come back and told yourself how this would feel for you at that time. Am I not right? I mean, just think about it. So now you have the opportunity to, every time you make a decision, to say where I'm going to be from this moment, this time, how will I feel? Remember the last time you felt that way and say to yourself, I don't want to feel like that again. And then you do whatever it takes to get the job done that day. That's one way to get back to them. Um, with yourself, just like you would your friends, you want to offer yourself support and encouragement. You want to set a realistic goal. You want to celebrate your achievements, big or small. Always remember that even if you just put that $25 in today, and even if you didn't do it the last time, just remember that you're doing it. You're getting it done. Be excited about that. It's a big thing. It's a big thing to take a small step because the small step, every step leads to a forward journey. Every forward step will lead to a forward journey. Don't ever forget that. So even the small steps, still a step. Whether you run it, you walk it, you crawl it, you're still going that way. Keep going, no matter what. Prioritize self-care, uh, promote relaxation and self-appreciation. I can't stress enough that it's important to appreciate yourself. Um, it's one thing to have somebody else's appreciation, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be you and it's going to be nobody else. So appreciate yourself on a regular basis. Appreciating yourself starts with knowing your worth. Always know what you are worth, not to somebody else, but to yourself, what you matter to yourself. And some people judge their worth off of other people. Some people judge their worth off of their children, who judge their worth off of how their family feels about them. And that's not necessarily the healthiest route, but I'm not going to tell people how to live their life. What I will tell you is that once you develop an understanding of how important you are to you and how important knowing how important you are to you is to other people that need you to know how important you are to you in order for you to be able to successfully be important to them. Once you develop that understanding, you will have no problem sitting yourself first and appreciating yourself. Self appreciation is very important in mental health. And if you don't have self appreciation, somebody else, anybody, children, parents, cousins, brothers, anybody, sisters, siblings, will be able to cause you to go off the deep end because you don't have your own self appreciation. So it's very important. Um, Big problem that we have is that everybody wants to be a perfectionist when nobody's perfect. It's not a thing that you can be. So stop trying to be perfect because it's absolutely impossible for you to be perfect. It's just not a thing we can do. So don't keep trying to be it. Um, the only thing you can do is strive for the best you that you can be. And those who accept that, great. Those who don't, also great because you don't need them. You can do it all by yourself. So find out where you are. If where you are is truly good for you, then stay there. Don't strive to move forward because somebody else wants you to. Don't strive to move forward because somebody else thinks you should. If you're not doing it for yourself, you'll never succeed. I don't care how hard you try. I don't care how much you seem like you've succeeded. You really haven't because you're not happy in yourself. So if you're satisfied sitting where you are today, then you can stop listening to whatever I have to say because you've done everything that you need. But if you're not, keep going, keep moving. Start your day out with something uplifting and accentuate the prime directive for the day, your prime directive for the day, not anyone else's. You're what matters here. You matter to me. You should matter to yourself. Always remember what your worth is and get out there and be worth it. Be loved, be amazing because you are those things. I love you. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome day.